Hi guys, my name is Zoe, and today I'm doing a review of Into the Dim by Janet B. Taylor. So I'll start off by just talking about my thoughts in general, and then I'll move on to more spoilery stuff and go into more detail. And I'll let you know when that's coming, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then just turn off the video at that point, because I'll be spoiling stuff. Or if you just want to get to the spoily stuff right away, skip to this time. Or the time in the description. I'm not really sure how this editing stuff is gonna work out yet. So, anyway, on to the review. This book is about a girl named Hope, and basically her mother dies, or at least she's said to be dead. Hope doesn't really believe that, but I mean, by the time the book starts, it's already her mom's funeral, so she's kind of given up all hope. Given up all hope. Ahaha, I'm not funny. Anyway, and then she gets this invitation from her aunt to visit her in Scotland, and Hope's like, what's going on? I've never even met my aunt. But she ends up agreeing to go. Hope goes to Scotland, and there she finds out that her mom was actually a part of a group of time travelers and that she's stuck in the past. And basically, Hope has to go back in time to save her mom, and a lot of cool stuff happens, and it's really good. I love the characters. I think the story is really cool and original, and the writing style is also very good. So I highly recommend this book, and yeah, that's it for the non-spoilery section. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you can click off right now. Bye! But if you're okay with me going into more detail, come along. Alright, so now it's time to speak more in detail. I'm going to start off by talking about the characters who I really loved. My favorite character would have to be Phoebe, who is basically this girl that Hope meets when she's in Scotland, and they become best friends. That doesn't happen until a little bit later in the story, but it does happen. And Phoebe is awesome. She's just really enthusiastic and cool, and she's also strong and brave. And I thought it was cool to have both of those things in a character. And I don't know, I really loved Phoebe. Another character I loved was Bran, and he was sort of written to be that charming, cute boy character, you know, that kind of thing. But honestly, it worked. I feel usually when authors or just anyone tries to do that, they end up coming off with no personality. Bran wasn't like that. He actually was what he was meant to be. He was charming and funny and cool and just seemed like a good guy. So I don't know, I liked Bran. Those were my two favorites, but I still think that all of the characters in here were great. I felt like they all had very strong personalities, and they all had flaws. They weren't perfect, you know, they were human, and that's cool. I like when books do that. Anyway, enough about the characters. I do think that there were some really good characters in this book, and yeah, characters were good. Now I'm gonna move on to the actual story. So the actual story in this book was really good. I thought it was really original for a time travel book, because the thing is, I feel a lot of time travel books, the plot is basically they just rip off Back to the Future, and it gets annoying after a while. But this book, it did something different with time travel. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I just thought the whole idea of a character getting trapped in the past and going back in time was just really cool. They went back to medieval times, and that, you know, that's just cool. I can't really say anything else about that. There are a couple of complaints I do have about this story, though. There's this one part that I found to be really predictable, and basically Hope is an orphan, and she doesn't know who her real parents are, you know, that kind of thing. And then turns out that she's actually from the past and was taken into the future. And honestly, since this is a time travel book, I predicted that. And it turns out Bran is too, and I predicted that too, because guess who's also an orphan? Bran! Wow, what a plot twist. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just it was predictable. And I don't know where, but I've definitely seen this done before, so I don't know. That's one thing that I didn't like about the story, but most of the stuff I do like. The other thing I didn't really like was well, I liked parts of it, but I didn't like some of it. I have mixed, mostly positive, but mixed feelings. I know I'm being very positive about this book, but that's because I really love it. But yeah, the romance. So I don't know if you could tell yet or not, but Hope and Bran end up together. Yeah. And I don't know, I felt like it was just a little bit too perfect. Like, I think they had good chemistry, I think they went well together, but at the same time, like, it was like, oh, we're the only two people in this world because we're not in our own time, so we're like the only people who are like made for each other and we're in love and it's just so perfect and it's just like, it's a little bit too perfect. Just feels a bit unrealistic, a bit too like fairy tale-ish. But yeah, those are my complaints about the story. For the most part, I thought the story was really good and it was like, you know, original and just good, but those parts, yeah. And the last thing I'd like to talk about is just the writing itself, because I thought the writing was really good. I really loved it. Um, so I'm actually going to read the opening so you guys can get sort of like a taste of what the author's writing is like, and also because I really love the opening. So yeah. Everyone in town knew the coffin was empty. I think that's what packed the pews. The pure curiosity of the thing, they didn't come for love or admiration. Nope, they came for the show. They came because it was big news, a juicy scandal that jolted our small southern town like spikes of summer lightning. See, I love the author's voice, or the character's voice, whatever you want to call it. It's funny, it's well written, and I just really, really love how the writing was in the story. And it's like this all the way through, and it's just great. I really, really love the writing in this book. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Overall, I think this book was really good. I think I'd rate it a 9 out of 10. It's not like my favorite book in the world, but I do think it's one of the best books I've read recently. And when I say recently, I mean like in 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, then subscribe to my channel. I'll have more stuff like this, and if you didn't like it, that's cool too. I'm not forcing you to subscribe to me. So yeah, bye.